Hey, Bear. Good morning, friends, and welcome to day 23. It is 8:30, and I had some comments to show some campsites and shelters and stuff like that. I'm going to show you this one. This is Cable Gap Shelter, and it is one of the saddest, oldest, rundown shelters we've come across. If I can show you the roof, it's all covered in moss. It's kind of cool, the big log design, but I don't know if you can see this, but the inside floor is completely uneven, sloping toward the front and each side. I think this shelter says 8. And I'm telling you 4 max, unless you want to really lay on top of each other, or some people want to sleep sitting up. There's the privy. Just about every shelter has some sort of composting outhouse, which looks pretty awful in this video, I'm sure, but beats the alternative. So we didn't sleep in the shelter. Up behind here are some decent campsites, and that's where we pitched our tents last night. Little campfire area. So for the most part, especially through Georgia, the shelters are bigger and nicer and newer. This one you can even see has a tarp draped over the back of the roof. The whole roof is that brown tarp. So my assumption is this shelter leaks like crazy in the rain. So I'm not showing you one of the nicer ones, but I'm standing around getting ready to go for the day. I thought I'd show you. About 36 or 38 degrees this morning. Had a good breakfast. Had a ready-to-go ranchero scramble hiker meal, made in Maine. So, and a cup of coffee. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning. And we'll see you on down the trail. So, back to my story. I took a few steps and realized it was still there, and just kind of endured it all day. Didn't get much worse, didn't get any better, really didn't hurt. It was just an annoying, like I said, best I can describe it is a pea or a BB rolling around under my skin. Not rolling around, but kind of moving around a little. So when I got to camp last night, pitched my tent, got in my tent, took off my socks, massaged the bottom of my foot for a long time. I could feel, not a BB or a pea, I could feel something a little hard under the ball of my foot there. I rolled it out, stood up, stood on my roller, my cork ball, massaged it some more, put a hand warmer on it for about 20 minutes and warmed up that area. I wasn't sure if I could squish it, or I don't know what I was trying to do. But anyway, this morning, the area is tender, but the BB does seem to be gone. So I don't know if that was a little fluid sac or a muscle knot or what, but I'm gonna knock on this tree right here, knock on wood that I got it. But it feels better. Like I say, it's a little tender, but it feels better today. So that's my micro injury story of the day. See you on down the trail. Time for 60 years of gratitude. 1970.
Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. Sign, sign, everywhere a sign, blocking out the
Teach your children well. Their father's hell did slowly go by.
Okay, friends, 60 Years of Gratitude, 1970 version. Well, first of all, my gratitude begins with the year 1970. I was pretty young in the 70s, probably born a little too late to really be a 70s kid, but I always, all my life, felt like the 70s were my decade. I'm certainly a 70s music guy. I do have amazing, vivid memories of my childhood in the 70s. So for me, just talking about 1970 begins a great decade for me. As a matter of fact, out here on the trail, some of you will appreciate this, I downloaded for the trail a whole bunch of Casey Kasem American Top 40 countdowns, which, if you know, you know. Weekend countdowns, 3 hours, 9 to 12 on Saturday morning. And so I've had a lot of fun already. I've listened to 3 of them, I think, all from the 70s, and that's always kind of fun. Okay. I've got one thing for 1970. I was 4 years old. Again, just very early memories. I do remember some things, so now I can actually start talking about memories. But I'm grateful for the Court Street Baptist Nursery School. That's my gratitude of the day. We were not Baptists and didn't go to the Baptist church, but my parents put me into the Court Street Baptist Nursery School. And I have 2 pretty vivid memories from that. One is kind of funny. The school, the preschool, nursery school, picked me up. I can't remember whether I went every day or twice a week or what, but whenever I went, they picked me up in a big old station wagon. And if you grew up in the 70s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The big station wagons with the fake paneling on the side and usually big front and rear fenders, and they picked us up in a station wagon, and by the time the pickup route was over, there were 8 or 10 of us in that station wagon, little 4-year-old kids. No seatbelts, piled in the seats, and piled into the area that as a kid, we had one of these station wagons growing up. I always called the way back. And as a nursery school kid and on a family trip kid, I always wanted to sit in the way back. So I remember getting picked up for Court Street Baptist Nursery School and sitting in the way back with probably 6 other kids. Again, no seat belts, no restraints, no nothing. It was a different time back then. And the other vivid memory I have, for which I'm very grateful for, was story time at nursery school, because story time was also milk time. And I remember we had a choice, chocolate milk or white milk. And I always chose chocolate milk. And I have vivid memories of sitting on the floor during story time, drinking that little half pint of chocolate milk. So that's my gratitude for the day, reminiscing about nursery school in 1970. All right, see you on down the trail. There's a pretty good look at the dam. Well, for me anyway. Probably doesn't look very good through the trees. Let's see if we can, there we go. I guess that's Fontana River or Lake behind it. And up there, that's the lake area. And then there's the dam. And I suppose down below is a river. We'll be there soon. Afternoon, friends. Okay, the day is winding down. And so is the weather. We're all worried about this rain coming in tomorrow. But if I were a betting man, I would say it's about to start pouring soon. We all laughed that we hardly even checked today's weather, so worried about tomorrow's weather. Never really warmed up today. I'd say it was stayed in the 40s all day, but it was a nice day. Nice day for a hike. My little left foot micro injury is back. Feels like that little BB is moving around on the ball of my left foot. So I'll have to take a look at that when I stop for the day. My right knee is screaming at me. We just had a pretty long, steep downhill. And downhills kill my old arthritic knees. So we'll see if we can work that out tonight. Got about 2 more miles till we get down to the Fontana Dam area. We'll come to a marina first, which lots of people have said is going to be closed too early in the season. Then we'll come to the famous Fontana Hilton, as it's called, allegedly the nicest shelter on the trail, nicknamed the Fontana Hilton. And then the Fontana Visitor Center. I think that's the order that the trail walks past. I haven't decided tonight if I want to stay in the famous Fontana Hilton shelter. Allegedly has hot showers, bathrooms nearby, charging stations, very unshelter-like. Or if I want to treat myself to a night in town at the Fontana Lodge. I'm leaning toward the lodge because tomorrow morning I am gonna take off into the Smokies, I think alone, without my 3 hiking pals. I think they're gonna take, well, I know Hog Country's gonna take a 0 day. His wife is meeting him here and they're gonna spend the day together. But I'm pretty sure Cadence and Looking Glass are gonna take a 0 and avoid the rain. I think I'm gonna go. And if I'm gonna go, that means 4 days for sure to get halfway through the Smokies to Newfound Gap. And if I decide to carry a little extra food and really bear down, 7 days. At least 6, but possibly 7 days for me at my pace to get to the other side. Lots of people do the Smokies in 4 days or 5 days, not me. So I'm kind of thinking if I've got 4 tough days, they'll be longer than I usually do, possibly 7 in a row, I may want a really good night's sleep, get my pack all rearranged, get my resupply done. So I haven't decided yet. Okay, I'm gonna finish this hike. I will wrap up the day with another video and let you know what I decided. You'll obviously see when I make the video. See you on down the trail. Well, good evening, friends. It is 8:30 on day 23, and I decided to opt for the Fontana Lodge, and very glad I did. So I'm in a very nice room in the lodge. Very odd time of year here at the Fontana Lodge. For any of those of you coming behind, you won't probably experience this, but Fontana Village is basically not open for the season yet. So the marina and its services are not open. Shuttles are very infrequent and basically on an on-demand basis. If you look in most of the guides, shuttles are scheduled and frequent, and restaurants are not open or very strange days of the week. Really all that's open this early in the season until either March 1st or March 15th. So if you're coming right behind me, double check. If you're coming later in March or April, you'll be fine. But really all that's open is the lodge itself and the general store, which, by the way, is a fantastic resupply. It's the main reason I'm glad I decided to come here. Probably the best resupply we've seen on the trail yet, other than grocery stores and Walmarts and stuff like that. In terms of small store resupplies, it's fantastic. So very glad I chose to stay here. It's 8:30, which is way past my bedtime these days. But I was able to completely explode my pack all over my room, take a full inventory of my food. I mentioned earlier, tomorrow morning I'm gonna start my journey into the Smokies. My 3 hiking partners are not, but I'm gonna go ahead and head into the Smokies alone and hike in the rain tomorrow. Temperatures are supposed to be pretty mild, so I don't mind hiking in the rain when it's 50 degrees outside or more. And then Friday, what's today? I think today's Wednesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are supposed to be quite nice. And then I think there's some more rain coming in next week. But anyway, I'm fully resupplied, just about to pack my pack and go to bed. And then I'm going to get up in the morning, eat a little breakfast, and hit the trail. So that's all I've got for day 23. And we will see you in the morning. Good night.